two, one. We're on.
Folks, welcome to Phoenix Business Exchange on this fine August 21st, 2024, on this rainy day here in Ottawa. And if you're looking in on us coming in from the outside world, you actually join us. We're at pbx.ca. I'm going to share our website and I'll share a view of the website in a few seconds as it loads up. And you should be seeing the member of the week, Ann Lawrence. Shane Bayless is in the background, but Anne is going to be working with Shane. We want to find out more about what Anne does. She's a naturopath. Click on her card or click on the video that's up there. And now just going over some stuff, how to find us. Get into this call in person directly. Well, in person, I mean online. You're zooming in. So Bell's Corner is 8 to 9. You would click there. Today, Wednesday, 8 to 9. Right here. You just click this button here. Thursday is typically 8 to 9. This week, we're actually meeting at the River Lounge. So we're not Zooming tomorrow. So heads up on that one. September 3rd, 7 p.m. Penny Lee leads a group in the evening. All Phoenix members are welcome. It helps you stay focused on goals. And yes, she does remind you, but she reminds you nicely. So it's not like, it's not like a honey-do list, but it's more like a honey nudge list. All right. Friday afternoons, 1:30 with Tony. So if you're having that stressful week, that's where you go to get some meditation, an hour. It's free. And Tony's really good at it. He talks about stuff where people are at, and then he just brings you into that zone of just happiness. And if you're looking for a zone of happiness like Snoopy dancing, well, then you go to Penny Lee's class. She's got the Moving as Medicine NIA classes, and she has numerous classes in person and online. Just hook up with Penny Lee in that space. South End Group, like I said earlier, meeting at River Lounge tomorrow at 7:30 a.m. So come on in at 7:30 a.m. to visit and say hi to the group and get a good breakfast. And then East End, Bell's Corners is meeting. Bell's Corners is meeting next Monday. And they are meeting at 7:30 at High Fives Restaurant in Bell's Corners. And the East End group is meeting on the 11th of September at Big's Grill off of Saint Laurent. If you want to find out any of the directories about people that are inside Phoenix, click on the QR directory. What that does is it provides you a quick snapshot of how to get a hold of them. You can download right to your phone all the contact details, whether you want to text them, email them, whatever the case might be. If you're looking to apply to be a member of Phoenix, hey, scan that QR code or hit the apply button here. I'm just going to scroll us back up. What's been going on? $125,000, actually more, almost close to $126,000 worth of business done this year. So, that's between the members, right? So, one of the things we do, we have business activity meetings, BAMs, and that's where we chat up our colleagues in the Phoenix group. And then we find out, what are you looking for? What's happening? What new products are you launching? What's going on in the business world, and what do you need? Who's a good fit for you? And that's what we do back and forth, whether you're a realtor or you're fixing brakes or putting in dash cams in, or you're looking to go, hey, I need my AC checked out, and do I qualify for that free checkup? Maybe right now is not the ideal time, but I understand it's going to get warm again, and Matt can help you. And 4.6 million, almost $4.7 million worth of business since 2016 is done through between members. The e-cards, that's that QR code I was talking about. 5,831 people have cross-connected using those as a way of finding out who's that person, what's going on. So that's another benefit of being part of the Phoenix Business Exchange. I'm going to slow down and I'm going to swing back over because I'm going to look for words of wisdom. And, I'm kind of eyeballing Penny Lee to see if she's got a moment of wise words. And Penny Lee, swinging over to you.
Good morning. Let me go grab.
That's all right. You know what, Penny, you keep rocking and rolling there. You go into the. We should have covered that ahead of time, but you know what? Yep. Being flexible is the art of being a solopreneur or an entrepreneur. Yep. And so we're no problem. Other things you should know about if we're getting close to the end of the month. Okay, so get ready to start posting in details to Tony on what's going on. If you were part of the Phoenix Business Exchange golf tournament last month, make sure that if you either donated material, spent money at that tournament, post that as money that was transacted as information that what you spend was with other members. That's part and parcel of the whole thing. That was in support of Make a Wish Foundation. And the other elements are you're going to be soon seeing a post coming in from me here on the chat box, and it's going to have the LinkedIn Live. Put your contact details in there. Like, who are you? A tip for the day. It helps drive business into you as well as Phoenix, because it goes in a lot of different places. All right, and I'm going to swing back over to Penny Lee.
All right, I figured I would talk about generating referrals. That's what I talked about on the Thursday group last week, and it's important, especially at this time of the year. So generating business referrals is actually 4 basic, simple steps. It's very easy, but it's really about making sure that you are constantly reminding people that you're looking for referrals. So many people or businesses forget to ask for referrals, and the best time to do it is actually in the middle of delivering your service, either for a client, or if you are doing a BAM with a networking partner, you want to share with them what you're looking for as far as the type of clients that you're looking for and the service that you're providing. Always start with service. And a great book that you might want to take a look at is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. There's lots of great tips in there on how to work with people and manage people and, get the information out that you need. So number 2 is don't just ask, you want to educate them. So you want to teach customers and networking partners how to refer people to you. And did you know that most referrals are given to help a friend resolve a money problem or a health problem? And so all you need to do is show them how you can help them and their friends. So highlight events that might trigger the need for the professional service that you offer. And that way clients will know a referral opportunity when they see it. Number 3, remind them to refer you. So talk to all current and past customers and your networking partners regularly, and always include a request for referrals. I know lots of people add this to their signature, that they are always open to receiving referrals, and it's a subliminal reminder to people. So remember that out of sight is out of mind. So include a reminder in your signature or even any other correspondence. It can be as simple as mentioning that you're always available to assist their friends. And number 4, take time to say thank you and do it often. Remember, most referrers are motivated to help you because you help them. So be excited, have a party of appreciation event for clients. And if a client refers a friend, a handwritten thank you note with a gift card to their favorite restaurant or coffee shop is always welcome. The best reward would be a referral back to them if appropriate for their line of work. So just a heads up, I actually did a Pampered Chef party on online and in person a couple of weeks ago. And one of the big things that I think is missing is the opportunity to say thank you to people. And so I am sending out thank you cards to all the people that took time to take a look at the event and place an order. Instead of just, saying thank you online, I'm going to send them a handwritten note, which will be just that one more step higher of appreciation. And maybe they'll think of me when I'm doing a retreat or having a class, or if they have somebody getting married, right? So it's just a constant reminder that you're there, and it doesn't necessarily have to always be in business. It can be in doing personal things as well. So just a quick reminder on that too.
Hilary, thank you so much. And I'm just going to post in the chat the LinkedIn Live. So if you want to follow up on that now during the call or afterwards, go ahead. And we're going to start off with Sam, and then we're going to go to Wendy. Sam, over to you, sir.
Thank you, Bernie. Good morning, everyone. Sam Sturris, connectedcars.ca. Let's see here. There's my contact information in the chat, but I'm going to be doing two infomercials this morning. First one will be for Dave Beliveau, our meat guy. He's out west right now traveling with his wife on a long trip, headed first to Alberta, and now he's, according to him, he texted me yesterday, and he's in Mitchell, South Dakota. I imagine it's pretty flat and farmish out there, and in South Dakota, more likely. Anyway, he's reminding everyone that if you want smoked salmon for the Labor Day long weekend, you've got to have it in, order in to him by tomorrow, August the 22nd. As I mentioned, he's on a long trip in his new EV, bought a Tesla Model Y. SUV, and he's accumulated over 7,600 kilometers so far, and he's expecting to be over 10,000 kilometers on his total trip by the time he gets back. So he's probably be a little saddle sore, but probably have some smoked salmon besides that. That's it for me when it comes to Dave. I'll do my infomercial now. Sam Sturris, connectedcars.ca. Let's see here. I do dash cameras, things like that. And this week I'm doing a couple of high rod repairs. I did one yesterday and got one today. If you're steering and you're turning your steering wheel and you hear a click, click, click sound, not a good sign. You don't want to ignore that for very long, because those tie rods can actually pop off, and there goes your steering. And not a good thing. It could cause an accident. Anyway, you're going to get your car towed. So if you're hearing any kind of noise when you're turning that steering wheel, it's should get checked out. Let's see, BAMS wise, let's see here. Well, I'm waiting for Dave's smoked salmon. I made an order for him for that. And let's see here. What was the other one? Oh yeah, Eric Perron. I'm going to be putting a new head unit in his vehicle. I put a dash camera in there. He had an accident, and I guess the unit is overheating now. So I got a new one for him. I'll be doing that tomorrow morning after the meeting. I think the in-person meeting we're having for the South End group. That's it for me, Sam Sturris, connectedcars.ca. Today's mobile electronics without the cost of the vehicle. And more, yes, more, lots more.
Wendy and then Matt. Wendy, over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Wendy Chung, real estate broker of this group, the East End Group. I just want to remind everyone that real estate transactions can be very complex. There's a lot of moving parts. I recently spoke to a past client who has a friend who is selling quite a big house and is asking for quite a lot of money, but doesn't want any realtor involved and just wants to keep it as a private sale. So I sort of gave a little bit of advice to this past client, letting them know that the price they're asking is quite high, and I highly doubt that the lender is going to fund that mortgage just based on the numbers. And I'm going to tell you that, lenders these days, because I just went through a refinance of my principal residence, which is supposed to close today. And in fact, they're only doing the appraisal today. We've already signed all the paperwork. And speaking with the underwriter yesterday, they said it may not close if they don't get the appraisal done. So there's so many moving parts. We've been working on this for the past, 2 months. So if you try to do a private sale, I have to warn you that you may or may not be successful, because again, I have all the experience in the world, and I've never seen such a complex market right now when it comes to the banks. They're being very conservative. They're crossing all their T's, dotting all of their I's, and they're still asking for more documents. And the average person who doesn't understand the process or what is needed by the underwriter may fail to close because there's just too many documents that are being requested right now. And this is coming down from the big banks. So just a warning that if you have any connections with anyone who is going through sort of a tough time and trying to achieve a private sale with either to a buyer or a seller, you may want to involve a real estate professional, because that might be the difference in getting the deal done. So again, Wendy Chung with Century 21 Synergy and the Ottawa House and Condo Group. No BAMs to report, but still working steadily to help clients get through this changing market. Thank you.
Wendy, thank you so much. And just as a quick note, if you are, get here in a second there, Matt, the is posted in the chat. We are looking for different types of businesses because there are asks for that type of business. And like we have legal, both personal and commercial, as well as a men's and women's clothing supplier, plumber, mobile hairdresser, mover, stuff like that. You'll see that chat in the chat box as well as on LinkedIn. And Matt, over to you, sir, and then Penny Lee. Go ahead, Matt.
Good morning, everybody. Matthew Ledard here from Arizona HVAC Services. I am a home comfort advisor for them. As most of you all know, I take care of keeping you comfortable in your own home. I sell air conditioning equipment, heat pumps, furnaces, hot water heaters, fireplaces, anything to do to pretty much keep you comfortable in your home to do with gas and water. Right now is a great time of the year here to get you on the list to get your furnace maintained. It's coming to that time of the year. I'm looking at my thermostat right now, and outside temperature said it was 12 degrees out there. So, I know we're getting a little bit of a heat wave coming up here again, a little small one, but before you know it, as we mentioned earlier at the beginning of the meeting here, we're August 21st already. And before you know it, that white stuff will be flying through the air and we'll be needing to turn on our furnaces. So the last thing you want to do is wait till the last minute here and then go to turn on your furnace and not have any heating when you actually need it. So if you know anybody or yourselves are interested in getting your furnace maintained, give us a call. Be happy to help you out. And if you're in the market for a new piece of equipment, now is a good time to do it as well. There's a lot of changes going on in our industry, and for HVAC, for the cooling side of it, new models are coming out, new refrigerants are coming out, and we're seeing a 20 to 30% increase on cost across the board on all these new pieces of equipment. So I still have limited stock available for certain sizes of equipment that are taking the older refrigerant. And you don't have to worry about the older refrigerant. It is going to be in stock for a long time to come. This is only being phased out in the States, but unfortunately here in Canada, we follow everything the States do. We're just a little bit behind. So they're still going to have the refrigerant here for a long time, but materials are going to be going away. So, unless you want to spend 20, 30% more with me in the future, which is fine by me. I do like money and do like taking it. So I'll be happy to take it. But in your best interest, probably best to give me a call now before all these prices go up. Matthew Ledard, Arizona HVAC Services, quality you can trust, guaranteed. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great day.
Matthew, thanks so much. And
no BAMs with anybody. I was on holidays last week. That's why I wasn't here. So no BAMs. And as I'm going to be setting something up with Sam here, as I do need to get my brakes done on my Toyota. So.
Matt,
that's a referral.
Matt, thank you so much. And over to Penny Lee.
Good morning. Penny Lee Prevost, known as the Dancing Motivator and co-founder of the Graduate Thrivers Incorporated. This past weekend was quite spectacular. As you all know, we had lots of rain in the forecast for this past weekend. And somehow I seem to have an amazing connection with Mother Nature when it comes to doing outdoor weddings. In the course of all the time that I have been an officiant, I always talk to Mother Nature to request the time for the ceremony to have clear skies. And I've done over 150 ceremonies and not one has been in the rain. So I did my magic this past weekend. I had a wedding that was scheduled for 4 o'clock and then another one at 6. The one at 4 o'clock, it was pouring rain here, and drove over to where I needed to be, and a little clearing opened up as we did our ceremony. And shortly after, they walked down the aisle and people were congratulating them. It started raining and everybody ran under the tent. So I can do some magic with Mother Nature at times. So I actually got a hat trick because I had 3 weddings this weekend, and as you know, there was lots of rain in the forecast. So shortly after I had a 6 o'clock wedding on Saturday. Same thing happened. It was actually a surprise wedding, so none of the guests knew that the bride and groom were getting married, and I actually have 5 of those this year, which is so much fun because the reaction on the people, the guests, was just, it was just so memorable. Anyways, and then on Sunday morning, I never have done a breakfast wedding before. And so this was my first experience doing that. And again, the bride wanted to do it outside by the garden. And I went out and talked to Mother Nature. I said, you need to move this cloud out of the way. And we had a 15-minute window in which we were able to get the ceremony outside done. And then we went back inside. So if you know anybody that's looking to get married, just want to have a simple outdoor wedding, or if they're doing a destination wedding, I would very much appreciate the referral. I can do weddings here in my studio and legal ceremonies. And yeah, so that's what I'm looking for this week. Is I'm lining up weddings for 2025. I've got bookings until the end of October. So yeah, lots of exciting opportunities when it comes to weddings. So referrals, I do have to go see Shane for my foot issue that I consistently go see him for. So I'll be scheduling that hopefully for tomorrow because I'm going to be in the city. And I did a collaboration with Tony. We have a great lineup for his students as far as preparing them for getting into business. I have ongoing business with Susan Ebbs. I'm actually going to reach out to Ema for some marketing materials for our retreat that's coming up. And I haven't yet, but I'm going to reach out to Anne to book some time to connect with her, and ongoing business with Nicole and Dwight. So that's it for me.
So tomorrow when we're doing our in-person meeting at the River Lounge for breakfast, no one's getting married, so you don't have to worry about it getting hitched when you show up. All right, so heads up on that, folks. And Tony, it's over to you next.
Wow, Penny Lee, a surprise wedding. That's new. You go to a party and someone's getting married. It's wow. This is something, of course, that the bride and the groom know about, right? They're just know. Okay.
It's not an
Wow.
arranged marriage. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Hi, everybody. Tony Jennis from Higher Self. I'm the spirit guy of the group. I look at all those things that is part of our energy. Tonight, I'm doing a workshop called "The Body Speaks." It's a presentation on all the things that your mind, your mindset, your just your beliefs and how the body reacts to it. In other words, when a person is feeling like they are rejected and there's so many other things going on regarding they don't have a lot of self-worth, and it goes for a long time, they're more apt to get skin-related things going on because it's just crawling on you. And the body reacts in so many ways based on your thoughts. So based on your thoughts, you make yourself sick. Or based on your thoughts, you make yourself healthy. It's very, very rare, and I think Penny Lee can attest to this, that it's really hard to find a person that's really high and uppity and they are sick a lot. You'll usually find them when their energy is low a lot of times, when they're always going through an operation, they're always going through a procedure, they're always going through some kind of sickness, they always have colds. I haven't had a cold in I don't know how long, and if it does happen, it's usually within 24 hours. I've got many, but the mindset is like that, and the body reacts exactly like that. Two people can go into a hospital. One person could be afraid of getting caught, and they would wear a mask, and they'd be having a distance between them, and so many other precautions, and they would be more likely to get sick rather than somebody just going in la-di-da and they come out and everything is fine. And it is a mindset because the viruses and everything attach to the lowest energy. That's where all the, when you're in a campground, you always get the smoke because the smoke always goes to the highest energy in the person. So if you have a bonfire and you're wondering why the smoke is always coming to you, you keep moving and the smoke keeps coming to you. Well, that's why, because the smoke is a very light energy and it goes to the highest energy in the room there. So we're going to be talking about that tonight, and we have just a quick note, and I think Matt will probably want this. We found out, just a quick announcement, we found out that those people, with any customers you have with Reliance Home Comfort, if they have a hot water heater or other rental units and their contract is so heavily contracted in that they can't get out of it, there's a link I just put in the chat, and that's a way that you can get your customers out of those contracts for next to nothing. My son had to get a hot water on-demand heat, and they put in the wrong one. He wanted to change it, and he's been with it for 5 years, and he'd have to do another $4,000 so he can get out of that contract. So he read up on it and he found a lawyer that would get all this stuff done, and he was able to take it out and take it back for free. He thought it would cost at least $200, and he ended up doing it for free. So there's a way to do it. And this link shows you step by step how to get out of that contract. They were actually sued a number of months ago, and over $5 million for unfair practices. So we wanted to share this. So if you have any clients that are roped into Reliance Home Comfort stuff, let us know. We'll share that information with you. And had some business with Josh. We had some problems with the Phoenix website over the weekend, and nothing was working. So I called Josh, and it was a Sunday, and he was right on it. He says, "Okay, I'm on it," and within an hour we had the site up and running. And I said, I guess somebody tried to hack into it, and they didn't do anything. Everything was fine, but they just managed to disconnect it for some reason. Anyway, Josh caught it, and we were back online. So he's awesome. Penny Lee, we hired Penny Lee. We have a business coming up, a business course coming up, directed specifically for light workers, people that are doing Reiki and just doing different types of healing, and it's all a hobby or a party favor, and they never know how to get this into a business. So sitting down with Penny Lee and Liz, they were incredibly helpful, and they're going to be teaching that course. And so more than happy to hire Penny Lee for that. So we're going to do a number of those. So I think we're going to be working together to build some people so that they could pay their mortgage and do other things with the healing art that they do have. So thank you, Penny Lee, for that. Appreciate it. That's it for me, Bernie. Sorry it's so long.
Hey, Tony, it's all good. Just one caveat: if you're removing hardware that's hooked up to anything gas related,
Yep.
Have a chat with Matt prior. I'm just giving you a heads up, because no one wants that. Oh, look, I'm a barbecue. The second part is, you know what? That salmon that Dave keeps getting there that's smoked, must be a lot of light salmon in there. So that's a good selling point on the salmon. And I'm going to swing over to what does Creative Insight do? Well, we connect businesses. We do B2B Connections Concierge. We have a podcast called Knack for Business. We're also involved in East Trade Winds, which is going to be starting up September 3rd, and free for anybody to attend, 8 to 9 Eastern Standard Time. And what else to tell you about? Well, this month has been moving along, working on rebuilding the Creative Insight website. That's been a massive thing. And when I'm going to swing back to what Penny Lee does in her once a month session, now she goes, "Bernie, where are you at?" And I'm 10% there, and I'm still at the same, and all of a sudden gestation happened, and we're live. So we're in that space. So hey, Penny Lee, you can take that part off the list. More to come though. I'm going to stop chatting because I can just keep on going, and because Susan's up next, and Susan's going to tell you some good stuff. Susan, the floor is yours, my dear.
Thank you so much, Bernie. Appreciate that. Good morning, everyone. I'm not really much of a morning person. I wish we did Zooms at night because I'd probably be more energetic. Oh God, but bear with me. I share a video with you guys, but I thought what Penny touched on this morning was really valuable because in my business and what I do is I really count on referrals because what happens is someone has a testimonial, like in Wendy's case, she started on the lash cells and grew beautiful long lashes. And I count on those testimonials so that she can talk to people that she knows and cares about and refer them to me. So I'm just going to touch on a few products that I carry so you guys have an idea. And like Penny touched on, give you guys an outline of my services that I provide. These are products, but I refer to them as supplements. Now more than ever before, people are losing their primary health practitioner, their doctor. So now they're really having to take responsibility for their health, their own health, because they can't just call someone up, make that appointment, go in and see them, and get that pharmaceutical drug. They have to rely on their own practice every day by eating properly, exercising every day. And I don't mean you have to get on the treadmill for an hour, even a 20-minute walk. Join one of Penny's dance classes, like she always preaches, go at your own pace. You know, movement is medicine. And one thing that I've been really pushing with people, which I just learned this year, was synovial fluid. That's fluid in between your joints. And just by stretching every single day, you know, not big, huge stretches, just a little bit each day will activate that synovial fluid in between the joints, in the hands and the knees, in the neck, do trunk rotations, something that we never learned as youngsters. We were never really pushed to stretch before, you know, track at high school. We never really stretched. Teachers didn't teach us that. So, and I remember going to the gym every single day and never stretching, and I'm paying for it now. So, that's something really, really important to incorporate. So, I'll just run through them quickly. I know I'm due to be finished at 8:44, so I'll be mindful of that and watch my clock. So, the first thing that what got me involved in Pure Trim, and I carry a line of about 15 health and wellness Mediterranean health supplements. This is experience. This is what got me involved in the company in the first place. I used to work corporate. I was never big on sales. I hated selling. And but this product worked for me. And what it is a very gentle colon cleanse. Colon cancer is on the rise. I'm not making a claim that this is going to cure cancer. What I'm saying is all about prevention, folks. So if you have somebody that's not able to eliminate regularly, this is a wonderful product to help them go each and every day consistently. Does it work like a laxative? Yes. But will it give you diarrhea? No. It works about 8 to 12 hours through the system. So if you take it at 6 p.m., you'll eliminate by 6 o'clock in the morning the next day. And what I love about Experience is a 100-year-old Mediterranean recipe. So it's not like something that was made up in a lab. This has been passed down through generation to generation through a family lineage for over 100 years in the Mediterranean. So that's the first product I usually get anyone started on. Then this is one of my other favorites is the Daily Complete Multivitamin. Everybody, I don't care who they are, should be on a multivitamin. You are not getting your daily allowance every single day, even if you eat organically. We miss meals, we get busy, we do a drive-through, we don't always practice good health habits. And hey, show of hands, that's me. I mean, but I know that if I take 1 ounce of this every single day, right, I'm getting all my 17 essential vitamins and minerals, right? And so that's really, really important. And if you look at B12 and B6, that's in here. That vitamin just discovered because a friend of mine has leukemia, that's a cancer. And her doctor says she has to increase her white blood cells. Vitamin B6 and B12 increases white blood cells. What are white blood cells? That's the doctor within that fights your health problems, your colds, your flus, your viruses, all that. You need healthy white cells. That's what they're designed there for. Never mind, it's also great for brain, hair, nails, mood. There's just so many benefits to this organic plant-based liquid vitamin. And it just tastes like mangoes. So it's very, very delicious. One of my favorite products, oh my gosh, I think I have half of Phoenix on this product. This is called Cardio 9. This just came out about a year and a half ago. And what I love about Cardio 9, there's a 9 in there because it does 9 things. It increases your nitric oxide, which is your energy. It lowers your cholesterol. It's great in the bedroom. It increases your energy, like we talked about. It lowers your cortisol levels. That's the stress belly. Okay. Improves circulation, improves your mood, which keeps you happy, improves your brain function, your memory. One thing I blow my son about, he's 34. He goes, Mom, I told you that 2 years ago. How'd you remember? I go, Cardio 9. I'm pushing him to take it. I've got him on the shakes, I've got him on the bars, but I'm still working on the Cardio 9. And it proves heart health. So it opens up those arteries. If you find out people are having strokes, or they have low energy, or they have a red face, or they're puffy, inflammation, that's usually poor circulation. Get them in touch with me. Again, the service I provide to people is through health educational videos. So I just text them out a 4 to 5 minute video. I get them to watch it, find out what they like best. If they want me to come over, I'll give them free samples to try before they buy, which I'm a big advocate about, because I was like that when I first got introduced to Pure Trim. I don't know, that was me. I want to taste it. I want to see what it does. So I get that. So that's the service that I provide to people. And then quickly, our trim bars, very, very popular. These are meal replacement bars. They're plant-based, organic. They're great to keep in the car. Not in the hot sun, mind you, but in the glove box. Because if you know you have a full day and you didn't have a chance to make your lunch, you just pop this open, take a bar with you, keeps you full for 3 to 4 hours. And it's got 14 grams of fiber and 18 grams of plant-based organic protein. And they're delicious. Like they really taste like real food, which is nice. And then, of course, what Tony showed earlier is the joint control and the joint mist. These two are very, very common now. And I'm selling lots of them at vendor events, and people are coming back and buying more. I sample the joint mist when they come by my table, whether it's their neck, their back, their legs, their knees, wherever the pain is, I miss them. Then they go walk around. I tell them, go walk around, see if it gave you any results. Well, who do I see? All the people that I miss, they come back and they buy one because they saw that it made a difference for them. And of course, I used to go through bottles of this, but since being on the joint control consistently every single day, one a day, I don't need this anymore. Only in my car when I'm driving for an hour or 2 hours, because I find I get a very stiff neck. I hold a lot of stress when I'm driving. I have a tendency to speed. And of course, when you're going by those big Mack trucks, you're kind of like, okay, Sue, slow down. So I keep this in my Jeep. And I just miss my neck as I'm driving, just to keep that shoulder check going well, because you want to make sure you can see over your shoulder really, really well, especially nowadays. So these two are great, great products. And then finally, I'll close. I have more products, but finally, I'll close with the serum. I have people come by my tables at trade shows and flea markets. I'll see one leg is really, really dry, and both legs are really, really dry. I make these little sample containers. I don't think I have one here at my desk. Yes, I do. Here's a little sample. So I'll open up one of my samples and I'll say, I'll get their wife's permission. I'll have them sit down and I'll say, look, sir, can I please put serum on one of your legs? Because they're both really dry, like they're like chapped, like you can see the lines of dryness. And then I'll tell him to hold his legs up, and the difference is night and day. And then they walk out with one of my serums, because this has over 46 uses. Every household should have one of these. It's like a Vaseline consistency. And what it does is it's great for fine lines and wrinkles, neck, under eyes. I've used it for deep conditioner at times, for my nails, my cuticles, my hands, for your dog's paws in the winter. They get really, really dry or cracked, or sometimes older dogs get that chafed elbow. Okay, so it's really nice to put it on there. And if they lick it, it's no problem. They love the taste. You can actually eat this stuff. That's how organic plant-based it is. Another one it's really good for, I had one guy came by and I gave him a little sample, and he had really dry lips. And I said, just put it on your lips. And he goes, oh, will I kiss more women? I think he was 82, so cute, but he's buying all my products. I love Bob. And then another guy that came by my table, it was in Pembroke, and he's from Richmond Hill. He walked away from me, and I noticed his red legs. And I said, oh my gosh, that looks like it must be painful. He says, no, not at all. I said, how's your sleep? Not good. I gave him a couple because he had big calves. I said, I want you to put this on tonight before you go to bed. Well, didn't I get a phone call within 24 hours telling me that it worked and he slept well? And we met in Pembroke at the Tim Hortons, and he bought 2 of these. So again, it's not about sales. It's about educating people, because a lot of people don't realize that they need to supplement nowadays. They just figure, if I'm sick, I'm going to wait till I get sick, And then I'm going to address that symptom. But this is all about prevention. Even if you got one of these every single month, the stuff that you would prevent between now and 50, 60, 70, 80 would be absolutely huge. So Susan McGarry, 8:44. I told you I'd respect that 10 minutes. If you have any questions, I think I can open it up for that. And thank you for listening, guys.
Susan, thank you so much. Any questions, folks? Okay, Susan, so what's the if someone wants to buy the product, how do they get a hold of you, and what's the cycle time from, hey, they drop the flag saying I want that puppy in the window, or in this case the cream, and to getting it?
Sure. Thank you, Bernie. 3 ways you can text me, which is 613, I'll put it in the chat, 613-218-2801. Or you can email me at puretrim@hotmail.com. Try to keep it simple. You can't Facebook Messenger me. They took me off. I just got deleted, so I'm working on getting that back. I think I got hacked. And then online at susan.puretrim.com. Simple as that. And or through me. I carry about a $2,000 to $3,000 inventory because I have a lot of people that like to pop by my house and pick it up, or I make deliveries. So that's a few options of getting it to them. Thank you, Bernie.
Not a problem. Okay, I see hands up. Penny was first, and then Sam. Penny, over to you.
So no actual question, just a comment. I wanted to say thank you to Susan for your presentation, but I carry those Pure Trim bars in my car because oftentimes, I'm on the go and I don't have time to stop and pick something up that is healthy. And we also actually, I bring it in on the Spider when we go for rides because sometimes I want to have a little snack and I don't want to be going to junk food, right? So this will just tide me over and I just use a little part of the bar until we get to our actual destination. So it kind of fills that void temporarily. So those bars are phenomenal. The peanut butter and chocolate ones are my favorite. And I have to tell you that I always have my Cardio 9 with me when I'm doing my NIA classes because it definitely helps to maintain the energy level when I'm doing my workout. So thank you for your presentation and thank you for the wonderful products.
Yeah. There's something about going through a drive-through on a motorcycle. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I have the bars on my bike as well. Is sometimes when you're on a 2-hour run, you don't want to stop in at just to buy junk. Unless you're in it's not Beachburg, it's up by Lanark, Balderson or something. They have an ice cream shop there, but it's I use a lot of the joint control, and I almost everything that you've shown there, Susan. I use. I get them every month, so it's there's been a big difference because I find that I connect better when I have healthier foods and I have healthier things in my body. The Cardio 9 is a big one. For some reason, when I have an event, if I have a Cardio 9 just before, about an hour before, I just connect better to spirit, and so I gotta have everything free flowing. So, but it's good. Yeah. Thank you, Susan.
Sam, over to you, sir.
Hi, Susan. Thanks for your presentation. One thing I grew up on, and probably it's part of my Mediterranean background, is olive oil. Is that something that is found in the products that you're selling, or is it something that you would recommend?
All the time. Yeah, extra virgin olive oil. I used to use butter, margarine, canola oil. All that's garbage. Toss it. Butter's okay. Butter's okay. You can keep a little bit of butter. But if you're cooking Dave's fish or brushing Dave's steaks, I always use extra virgin olive oil all the time in all my cooking. Yeah, it's very, very healthy. And that's one thing I'm really pushing. Like, even if I talk to someone and it's not affordable for them to supplement, I will teach them about the Mediterranean diet and the foods to avoid and the foods to enjoy. to really educate them on the difference, because this is all about prevention, right? We don't want to get disease and disorder. We want to prevent getting all of that, so that when we are 70, 80, 90, we can really, and even 30, 40, 50, we can enjoy those years abundantly and do cottage things like you do. And Penny's still dancing like, every day almost.
Oh, it's every day.
Yeah, okay, every day. There you go. See? And she gets her products through a really good friend of mine, Julie. Well before I even joined Phoenix. So I think that's pretty cool that you're already on the products. That's the neat. Yeah, it's awesome.
Any other questions? Wendy, go for it.
Not a question, but just a plug for Susan and Pure Trim. I've been using the products for quite some time now, and I could definitely attest to the benefits of it. I love the Pure Garden. When you had messaged me, because I had posted a picture of my dog, I put socks on her feet because they were so dry, and I wanted to keep the moisture in. The vet actually said, don't put socks on, because if it is moist and there is something there, it might trap it. So just let it air out. But anyway, I did. I have the Pure Trim by my bed, so I use it, and then I put it on her. So we are sharing the container now. And what's great about it is there's nothing harmful in it. So even if she does lick it, there's no problem there. So that's what I really love about the product. And just a general comment to you, Susan. I've seen you grow in the last couple of years with your presentation and your delivery and your knowledge of your product. And it's just incredible to see you grow. So congratulations. You're doing extremely well. And it's just a pleasure to always receive your presentation and more education on the product that you are promoting. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Awesome, folks. Great
So
session.
I wanted to,
Yeah, go for it, Tony.
I want to mention just before we go, one of the things about the tuning forks is that when people come in and they have a localized sore, I use this particular fork. When you hit it, it has a vibration, and right on the end there's this flat part, and that goes on the body. And what it does is that it creates nitric oxide right directly onto the skin. And when I found out that the Cardio 9 has the nitric oxide in liquid form, it goes through the whole body. That's what the body needs most. It needs oxygen, and it's just it's amazing that you could do it either local or you can get it in liquid form. But it's a lot easier for people to make it into a drink. And take that every day. You're putting oxygen in every organ, every cell in your body. It's very important. Most times when people are achy, they have a lack of nitric oxide. And so it's a great thing to be able to do that every day. So I thought I'd mention that. Thanks, Bernie.
But don't pour it into your car, because that's not the nitric oxide. No, that's a different system.
You'll be visiting Sam.
Well, you'll be visiting more than Sam. Overhaul the motor. Quote for the day: "The man with a new idea is a crank until the idea succeeds." From Mark Twain.